How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skins this week, and we are going to be doing some most wanted skins. So a lot of people have been asking, well, now are those lists done? No, those lists are going to continually be updated and so forth, and it's going to be something that Hell can go back to if he's just looking for an extra skin or just didn't like what he sees this week kind of thing, or if he tells me, let's do another most wanted or complete the sets. So don't worry, those won't be going away. That wasn't the only chance. I don't know when they'll be picked from again, however, but here we go. We're picking from the most wanted this week. That's going to bring up another question, which is going to be, well, what happened to skins if I submitted them this week? Don't worry, I'll be showing those next week, so it wasn't a waste of time or anything like that. If you want to do some updates, hey, you know, you have a little time to do that, but don't worry, anything submitted this week won't be skipped over. So let's get into it here. A lot of people have been begging for a vagabond jacket skin of some sort, and last week we showed the blackout jacket. Well, this week we're gonna go with this really awesome fur jacket. This thing is really cool. It's got some like bear or wolf teeth. It's gotta be bear teeth hanging up on there, and it looks like those are used to kind of like close up the coat, which I thought was quite nice. And the whole thing just kind of makes you look like a fuzzy bear. So one way or another, it looks like something that would be very cozy in the winter times. And this has definitely been one that people have sent me many messages asking how come this didn't get accepted. So hey, maybe you'll have another chance. Next up, we've got one really set up for the memes of Rust. This is the solid gold suit. Of course, underneath there is a nice, it looks like red and black tux going on, but yeah, it's definitely this very, very shiny suit. People endlessly have begged for it since it was posted up. I'm not sure if this is something Helk will just roll his eyes at again or not. We'll just have to see, but definitely one that I know a ton of people would want to buy. Next up, we've got the Gladiator set again. This one has been very, very popular since it posted, and there's no denying how wonderfully done the quality is to it. They should definitely maybe, the one suggestion I did see a lot of people say is Gladiator doesn't really make sense. Maybe if they did like Moss Gladiator or Mossy Ancient Gladiator or something like the Skeleton Gladiator, something like that. I don't know, but one way or another, this thing is pretty badass looking. And I'd have to say, I would pick it up for sure. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would from all the messages I got about it. So, hey, there we go. Lastly, for our armor, we have a very awesome set here. This is the Rage set, and it is based off of a raging angry bull, obviously. I love how they did the horns. I think they look quite nice. They do stand out quite a bit. You've got a ring through this metal face of this bull, and then you've got kind of like a nice kind of like abs thing going on back here, and up front, and then back here we've got kind of it's like an armor plated back. It kind of looks like there's a spine, but it's got like armored shoulder plates and stuff. I think it looks really cool. Kind of thing, you know, if that was kind of like the back of the bull, if you think of it in that way. Definitely a very cool set, and it's unique with the top. I like how it's done in like the leather strapping. I think that is a very cool quality to it as well. Next up, we've got deployables galore for you, starting with this fruit box. When this one came out, I think a lot of people were really surprised it got skipped over by Hulk. This is definitely a really cool creation, and if you've ever been to like a fresh fruit market, you've definitely seen a crate that looks like this, so it just is really unique, and I think it's definitely a very cool box skin for sure. Then over here, I've gotten endless messages ever since this one was submitted, and I usually agree on the fact that sometimes some things look overly, textured when it's done with a box like this, but this was done so well with the coils being down below instead of trying to do something up on top. And I agree, this is just a really, really unique box. I think it looks great, and we haven't had a, unique glowing box for a bit, and this is definitely one that people just have been begging for, so definitely. Yeah, I know. Anyways, next we've got a fancy table and chair for you. These are probably some of the most highly rated chair and table, definitely for a set, and it is the Bouquet set. I think I'm saying that right. Oh boy, I feel like I'm butchering the word, but it is definitely incredibly fancy. I mean, look at that. How can you not feel like a king sitting at this table? in this chair. Next, we've got a couple of creative fridges for you. Starting out with this one right here, we've got the radio fridge from El Loco. And as you can see, it's got 2 giant speakers and some little sound knobs up there. And then it's made from, hey, a very similar looking crate over there. See, these crates exist, you know? And I think altogether the creativity put behind this is just amazing. And I could see a lot of people just using it as a prop in their base. So it'd definitely be a cool thing to sell. Next, we've got the same thing going on over here with the washing machines. These are the Cobalt washer fridge. There's even some socks hanging out of the bottom here. And that handprint kind of looks like it was on the inside. I don't know about that. One way or another, it's just really, really set up nicely. And I like how it says free food. So it's like converted. And this is kind of like a washer converted into a fridge, but it's a fridge that looks like a washer. You get it? And this does kind of look frozen over, so hey, maybe there's a Newman in here and a cannibal created this. Who knows? One way or another, very awesome design. Speaking of awesome, we've got this rug that everyone loved from the moment it came out. It is a neon arrow, and there's 2 different versions. One glows, one doesn't. Of course, I put the glowy one on here, because why would you want this if it didn't glow, right? I mean, I guess an arrow could still be useful and fun, but there's just so many applications you could do with this. It would be just absolutely amazing. And there's even the effort of putting what looks like a little power switch on there. So definitely love this one for sure. Moving on, we've got doors for you, starting with a wooden double door. And this one is the fortified castle door from Neville. And we have had pretty popular, the first one was very popular, the single door, so I can see this one doing quite well, is the words I was trying to say there. And you can see the back of it. It just has this really nice kind of like a Norse kind of feel to it. And this thing is just very Viking-y, and it's just great. It's one of those things that just fits nicely on a base for a wooden door. Moving on, the endless messages about Molten Visage set. Don't worry, guys. Well, this sheet metal door is in this week's picks. So here it is. Boom. Of course it glows. It looks awesome. And at the end here, we'll show the glow on it, and of course the rug and whatever else. But this is one that everyone has been talking about. They love the boxes, they love the door, and they want more. So here we go. Here it is. Hopefully it has a chance. Next, we've got another really nice double door. This one came out pretty close to when the double doors came out, but got some nice updates to it. It is the Lost Metal door, and the single door, again, was pretty popular, so this is just as kind of a no-brainer. People like matching things, and if there's already the single door, makes sense to grab the double door. Over here is the remake of one of the most popular asked for doors, the Toxic Garage door. So this is version 2 or 3 or whatever you want to call it. And the original one didn't really look like it could roll, so this time the only thing that's a little weird is the chain, but of course the chain can always be moved, so that shouldn't be a problem. It had some windows added. We've got like a toxic hand smear. It looks so much better, and there's just all these nice updates to it. This is definitely a no-brainer, and people really want a glowing garage door again. Next, with that kind of military-esque look and that deserty feel, we've got the Desert Strike Gate. And this is definitely a no-brainer. The military-looking stuff is always good, and we don't have very many desert things, so this is definitely a great door. I could see this one selling tremendously well. Next over here, we've got a very popular graffiti door from Call Me Tommy. It's been around for a long time, and it just didn't kind of pop here and there, but it's so highly rated, and I know that it's that kind of design of graffiti that Hulk likes, so maybe this one will have a chance. It's been sitting there for a while. I would love to see it have a chance to make it in the game, honestly. Then we've got some more sweet art from you by Fora. We've got the Mushroom Era garage door, and it's just absolutely looks like a acid trip. The whole thing is totally cool. The artwork is amazing, and it's just a great door. Next, we've got 2 armored doors, one single, one double, starting with some more desert for you. It is the Desert Bunker door by Le Crempe. He originally made the military set, so you can see all the same qualities added into this one here. We'll go ahead and toggle that little hatch. And of course, armored doors are 2-sided, so we'll take a look at the back here. Definitely a very nice door. Feels very armored and safe, and would definitely be an excellent seller. Over here we have the same kind of military idea, but it is the Marine Blast door. This guy over here has very nice kind of nautical theme with that military-esque look to it. Flip these again. And you can see on the back here, it actually has like the emergency fire release, you know, push on this, the doors will pop open kind of thing. And it's those kind of little details that look nice, but this is definitely a good one. And the garage door did quite well, so it's kind of a no-brainer for sure. Alright, but that does it. We got through our extensive list of all sorts of awesome deployables. Let's take a look at weapons and tools. But of course, before we head to that, we have to check out the glow. So of course, here is that beautiful, beautiful heater box. Looks just warm being near it. Then over here, we've got the little arrow. Look at that. Just looks like a marquee arrow, you know? It just looks great. I love it. That molten visage glow. And the toxic garage door. You can just see the toxic dripping out. Alright, starting out, we've got the Emerald Relic Hammer. This one's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at those emerald eyes just staring into you, saying, "You want this treasure?" Yeah, I think so. And also, if this would make it in, I believe that would make this start to qualify as a set. So that would definitely be cool for sure. Next, we've got a very popular glowy rock, and this is the Amber Rock. And I picked the version with the lizard in it. That was the most recent one, and I think most well developed. It's definitely very unique, and it's one of those kind of different things. You know, a lot of glowy rocks are kind of see-through or something, and I really love the fact that this one has something inside of it. Moving on, salvage axe skins. We haven't had any forever, and this frosty boy here has been very popular and sitting around for quite some time. It's the Absolute Zero skin. And I could definitely see myself mining up in the snow with this. It's got a little bit of handle you can see there. It says Cobalt Labs on it and Absolute Zero. Definitely such a nice skin, and it's always been a wonder why this one didn't have a chance before. Moving on, we've got a knife for you, and it's a continuation with some emerald themes, except this one has all sorts of gold encrustment on it. It is a different type of person that made this one, though. It is Vitalic's Emerald Knife. Obviously, you can tell from the name there, well, it's, you know, an emerald knife. But it's one of those ones that's just really quite nice. I can see this one selling really well, and the gold things tend to carry a little higher price in the market, so definitely makes sense. Moving on, we've got a bow for you. This one's got all sorts of a hot rod and racing kind of theme to it. As you can see, you got that racing flag, goes into some caution stripes and some flames. Aiming down the side so you can really see that caution stripes with the tip of the flag there for you. We'll do a little spin. Quite the nice bow. And it fits right into Rust's kind of, you know, crazy themes. Moving on, we've got a crossbow for you, and this one is the Abyss crossbow by Hatson. We got a previous item in this set, which did quite well, so why not see if we can go ahead and get this one to become an actual set, I'd say, and get the second item accepted. Definitely one that's quite popular. It kind of fits more into that like CSGO kind of gap of skin-wise, but definitely something people would grab. Next up, we've got some AKs for you, starting with the Angel of Death. This one has been very popular, and I got lots of messages the weeks after it didn't have a chance to get in, so this is definitely one I think a lot of people would pick up if it had a chance to make it in. It just kind of has that kind of graffiti that just appeals to people that love these kind of games. Aiming down the sides here, you do have like a little pink kind of punkish looking skull. And we'll do a reload here for you. Boom, there we go. Definitely a pretty sweet looking AK. Moving on, we've got some bling, bling, bling for you. And this is another one I got endless messages about. It is the Iced Out AK. This one is stockless. It's got some Egyptian bling, and then we've got some, what, Gucci-ish theme down there, and then we've got diamond encrusted. Aiming down the sides, you've got this almost too shiny gold with diamonds lining it and a big old gem. You can even see all the way up on the sides, it looks like the tip of the sight might be made out of ruby and what, silver and more encrusted diamonds. Definitely funny and pretty crazy there. When you pop this in, there's that kind of like Gucci-est fabric. Gotta love it. This thing is definitely awesome. All right. And one more AK for you guys this week. This is the Pulsar. And it's got this huge heart in the back with a little heartbeat pulse going through it. Some really nice red painted sights to help you focus on what you're shooting at. And then it's just got this heartbeat going through it. The whole thing is just absolutely awesome looking. And I love the kind of like chrome and then the plated steel. Definitely just has this really unique look to it that I haven't seen too much before. And of course people do like that kind of dark grays and blacks with red. It's always a popular theme for sure. Next, we've got a couple LRs for you, starting with the Ops set. So this is the Ops LR, and it's everything you would expect from the set. It's got that bright, glowy green. It's got a little green arrow pointing up, and then, of course, the sights are the same green to help you focus on whatever you're shooting at. And then you've got that digital black camo going along the side of it. This has definitely been a few popular ones from this, so I could see this becoming a set. So if this one definitely got accepted, I think that would officially mark it there, along with a lot of the other skins we've seen here. It could sell quite well. Oh, next we've got one more LR for you before we jump to those. And this one has been another very creative one that has some sweet art on it. This is the Night Predator from Odyssey. Aiming down the sights, you've got kind of the same lime-ish kind of green, except it's a little bit more brighter. You've also got on the adjustment knobs there on the side, which I thought was kind of nice. And then you've got the same glow around the eye. It's definitely got some really cool artwork that really sells this, and it's a quite unique LR, and I think that would be something that would make it sell quite well. Moving on from this guy, we've got an M249 for you, and it is a very colorful one, but I think that's why everyone loves it. It's the Chroma Flare by Mad Polygon. Aiming down the sights, it's got that chrome effect going on. As you can see, it kind of changes color as I move around, picks up the light. You've got a little red painted sight there with the rest of the kind of like pearlescent chrome going on. And then you've got all sorts of flames and everything else going on alongside with it. Definitely a very sweet looking M249. And since we are just like right here, I might as well just boom, boom, and we'll pull out the last M249. This is another one that you guys have been begging for, and it is the Hades Blaze M2. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some red, wow, I'm colorblind, guys. Some black on green to help with the contrast. And then you've just got these crazy green painted flames that kind of almost go into like a digital, I don't even know what to call that, like fabric look kind of thing going on. Lines and matrix something going on. I don't know. But one way or another, it's definitely a very cool looking M2. I like the stock as well. And it's one that's been very popular. So that's going to do it, guys. Which ones do you like the most, and hope that help will pick? Go ahead and sound that off down in the comment section. Give any kind of feedback you can. I will try to get it to whoever it's meant to get to. And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you next week. Well, we'll be showing off the skins that were submitted this week and stuff as a reminder in case you didn't catch that at the beginning somehow. So don't worry, those won't be passed up. Hope you all have a great week, and thanks for watching.